start to concentrate, over the flash. Cameras opening position, please. It's 5 minutes, Mr. Morgan, 5 minutes.
What was that again?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. My throat is so dry. Could I have a spot of tea or something?
Last one.
Yeah, and listen, I have to play this waltz. I haven't played it for 20 years, and I finally realized that I'm terribly nervous. I can't play it.
Well, so we still have got 5 minutes to go.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. Hey, you make me nervous. Sorry, Mr. Morgan. I'm practicing.
Oh, this is my wife's favorite piece.
Is it really? Yeah, this is mine too, I can assure you.
Lovely piece.
4 minutes, Mr. Morgan, please.
Thank you.
Mr. Morgan, can I just check your makeup?
Check my what?
Take a look at you.
Oh, I like to look at you too.
Shine. Oh! I'm sorry.
Look what you did now. Now, isn't that a shame?
That's Mum's favourite waltz.
Is it? You haven't played it either for a long time. Now you know how difficult it is. It's that finger here, you know.
3 minutes, Mr. Morgan.
3 minutes. Thank you very much.
Who's this tea for?
It's Mr. Morgan's.
Oh, your tea, Mr. Morgan.
Do you, by any chance, play the piano?
No, I don't.
Good. You're the only one in this outfit who doesn't, because everybody, and they all play the song. I'm supposed to play the thing. It's a very difficult piece, and I haven't played it for years, you know, this thing with the right hand. And I think I have to change because it is so difficult because there's...
It looks very difficult piece.
Yeah, look, you should try to play it, my God.
Opus 64.
Opus 64, Chopin.
Ah, that's my sister's favourite tune.
Is it really? How long time do we have now to...
1 minute to go, Mr. Morgan.
Pardon?
1 minute.
When you have chewed out, how many?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah,
Thank
could you stand by, please?
Yeah. But do you think that I can change? Can I change?
Could I have
this
your
again?
autograph, please, Mr.
Beg your
Morgan?
pardon?
Could I have your autograph,
Do we have time for this?
Well, I have 1 minute.
What's your name?
Michael.
How do you spell that?
M-I-C.
M-I-C. Out. Mr. Victor Borge. Thank you very much, nevertheless. Well, there's been a slight change in the program tonight. I was supposed to have played a Chopin waltz. Unfortunately, the music hasn't arrived. And I am therefore playing another one. Oh, yeah. Pardon my back over there. Pardon my front. But that's the way I'm built. That's another one that hasn't arrived. I'm going to play, I was just trying to think of something I was going to play because I was playing the Revolutionary Etude by Chopin. I hope you will enjoy it. Might as well. I don't care much for that particular But I'll play it anyhow. Get it over with. Way over with. Let's see now. Oh. That isn't even the finger I broke. These old pieces have been played so often, they hang in the air. Sorry. Now we are getting back to a little music, as my time is up. Oh, upside down, I'm sorry. Well, it is tough. Would you mind, have you ever been faced with a watch like this? Well, of course you can't see it, but it tells the time, the day, the month, the year, and the altitude. It is so difficult to read because one hand is missing. And I can't tell which hand it is because there's only one hand left, so how do you know whether it's the little one or the big one? That's why today is Saturday the 94th of February. 1612. BC. Last Wednesday, it was Easter Sunday on this watch. And after supper, my neighbor came in and distributed Christmas gifts. Because he also has one of these watches. And he has the other hand. Oh, please, just one thing I want to tell you in all fairness to the maker. The watchmaker, of course. Excuse me. These watches are waterproof. Yep, that's what they are. Never have I seen a drop of water come out of my watch. Once you get it in there, it stays. Well, now a little music. We are presented with music nowadays wherever we go. There is a tremendous amount of music being produced, written, played, and hated. I wonder if most people know how a tune is really composed, how it comes to be. You might think that the composer sit up day and night waiting for inspiration. Well, some might do that. It doesn't necessarily come that way, but others take... May I have the tray, please? Thank you very much. Thank you. You get paid at the... They're all nice people here. I have had a wonderful time up till now. No, we do this. We take a pile of music, generally the classics, and then we have a pair of scissors. You're going to play big numbers. And then we have some tape here. And by the way, we are now flying in an altitude of 4 feet. Below sea level, which is very interesting. Now, I'm going to put this one up here, put this one back there, and go through some of the things we have here. And we will start with the top, which is Beethoven. Most of you have probably heard of him. Not recently, maybe, but... It's not long ago they celebrated his 200th anniversary, which was about time. Well, it was the 200th anniversary of his birth, which they certainly couldn't have done any earlier, that's for sure. Here is his Moonlight Sonata. Maybe we can take from the theme. Yeah, I have a little problem, you know. TH is not easy to pronounce when one is not brought up in an English-speaking country. It's business, theme, thou, thy, they, things like that. One never knows how far to go. My English teacher said to me, speak like this for 2 months and get used to it once and for all. And I spoke like this for 2 months and I got used to it once and for all. And everything went perfectly well except for a few instances. And they occurred when I happened to speak to some people who also spoke like this. Now what is all this? Oh yes, Beethoven, the Moonlight. Yes, Waltz by Chopin. You know, Chopin, he wrote a lot of waltzes, some very lovely ones. You know, the Minute Waltz, everybody thinks that he wrote that for a countess who had a little dog who was running around his old days. That is not true. Chopin, he loved eggs. And he could never get a decent soft-boiled egg. So he wrote the Minute Waltz, and he had a piano in the kitchen, and every morning he would play it 3 times. From then on, he had a perfect soft-boiled egg. Just the way he liked it. Here's another Beethoven I see. There seems to be Beethoven heavy today. Catchy. Can't use that because we need melody. Lovely Schubert. Too bad. Poor Schubert. You know about Schubert. He died just before he unfinished his last symphony. Lovely. That's lovely. We will take a piece of this because nobody will recognize that. Da-dee-da-da. Yeah, too long there. Now we will take a piece of tape, put it on here, and put it on the board. And Harry, would you be kind enough to watch this? I know your musicians up there can follow me and play. Yes? Pick what? Oh, thank you. Pick it up. Is that what you said? That's the way it's supposed to be. Pick it up. What's your profession, actually? We love each other. We always have fun saying the truth. Now, there's one thing about Harry, that he has always tried to improve the quality of television music. I must say that. And Harry, you just keep on doing that, please. Someday you will. Now we need a little more so we can blend this with something else. And here is Blue Danube by Strauss. This is Now, we all know that. You just take half of that and take his name off. That's a bar in the middle. We don't right there. And that we hold with another finger, I think, because then we have this. We go up here. Oops, I can't get it off my finger now. This would be. You got that? I'll play it for you once, and you. Thank you. That reminds me, when I was a child, at my first piano recital, I was a child prodigy, as you call it. My first piano recital, I finished, and everybody was screaming, "Bravo, bravo," just like you did there, because Bravo was a much better pianist than I was. And then the blue dandy. Now we will put these together, and then we will use the ending. But I think, I don't know if I'm. No, we'll come to that later. Should be something like that. Yeah. Will you be kind enough to accompany me and just fall in whenever you feel it? Don't fall down, just in. Yeah. Right. Okay. We will call it the Blue Serenade by Strubert. And we will make it a waltz. 3/4. Hold it. I lost that one. Thank you very much. Welcome back. third and last half of this. I'm adding a piano. You can see we have now 2 pianos, because with 2 pianos we get through with the show a little faster. I'm going to introduce a young pianist. He's an Armenian, because he was born in Armenia, and therefore he's an Armenian. He has lived most of his life in Turkey, though. Actually, he's very young, so he hasn't lived most of his life yet, I hope. But he has lived, the part of the life he has lived already, he has lived in Istanbul, which is in Turkey. As I said already, we could have saved a little time there. 6 years ago, he came to the United States, directly from Turkey, on Thanksgiving Day, which is a strange coincidence. But, yeah, it is a fact. And that's a good day for Turkey, of course. I mean, Thanksgiving Day. Now, he has continued his studies. He was a music student in Turkey, in Istanbul. And he also studied chemistry, in case the other things shouldn't do so well. But he has continued his studies in New York City at the famous Juilliard School of Music, from where he gradually graduated and has now just returned, almost just now returned, he has returned, but almost now, from a very successful concert tour of South America, where he gave 1 concert in, well, he told me these things, in Bolivia, which, unfortunately, there was no piano that evening, so he did chemistry for the audience. But will you take my word for it? He's a fine musician, an excellent pianist. Will you please welcome Mr. Shahan Arzruni. Mr. Arzruni does not speak very much nor well English, because, no, obviously he lives with his family in New York City, and they use their native language and native tongue, particularly when they eat, of course. And fortunately, I speak a little Turkey, and therefore, the few words I know and the few words Mr. Arzruni knows in English, we don't get along very well. I am asking Mr. Arzruni if he has ever played in English television, like he's doing tonight. English television. No, he understands. Yeah. We are going to we are going to play. We are going to play 2 short. Where am I? Oh, here. I have all these things on here. We're going to play 2 short tunes from Broadway productions. One from the Inside Story of the what? Oh, the West Side Story. Yes, thank you. Yeah, the West Side Story, and the other from the North Atlantic, South Pacific. That's it. Personally, I couldn't care less. To me, water is water. They got in 1 hour and 43 minutes, the First World War will be over. Yeah, he understands every word. Please. ask, were you playing? We will now play. At times we were playing the same thing. Now, we will now play the theme. Yeah, the theme. I have a. The theme from the piano concerto by the Tchaikovsky piano concerto by guess whom? Do know it, and perhaps you ought to play something you don't know. Which one don't you know the best? Ladies and gentlemen, I shall now go straight into the cadenza without leaving the stage. You just sit back there and don't lean too far, you'll fall off. Just enjoy yourself, and we'll play. I do the cadenza and you fall in. Anytime you feel like it. I just do the cadenza, which I haven't been near a cadenza for a long time. This one is very well known. See now. How does it begin? Yeah, don't show off, don't show off, don't show off. I said, how does it begin? It can only begin on one single note, that's all I need. Please. That's the one. Exactly. May I hear that again, please? Same one. Once more, please. Oh, I have used it so often, this one. When I was younger. Once more. No, wait a minute. Liverpool. Mr. Arzruni, perhaps you ought to realize that I might not have that one. What is it, a yellow one or a black one? A what? White key? I don't have a single white key on this thing. Because my elephant smoked too much. You'll be kind enough to play that. It's not as difficult as once you think. Just 1 second, we will get over this. Just want to fold. Cadenza. Then what? I got it. You hit almost everything going east. Now I shall ask Mr. Arzruni to come back, because we were supposed to wind up the show with a duet again, but apparently they can't find the small pianos like some switches that were missing before. So we will have to perform on one piano. We are going to play the second Hungarian Rhapsody by Liszt, it says here. No, F. Liszt, I'm sorry. Yeah, Franz Liszt is apparently. It might interest you to know, yet it might not, but I'm going to tell you anyhow. How I met Mr. Arzruni. You see, I gave a concert many times, but this particular one was in Washington, D.C., in the famous concert hall there, the Constitution Constitution Hall, back in America. And it was a Sunday evening performance in which Mr. Arzruni also participated. And it was a Sunday evening, and I have told you at earlier occasions that I had lunch at the White House that Sunday because I arrived early in Washington, or rather I arrived early because I was going to have lunch at the White House. That's the way to put it. And I'm delighted, of course, to say that I did have lunch at the White House. I say lunch, I was just munching on some crackers as I followed the guide around. And well, now that I've told you how I met Mr. Arzruni, will you please repeat your hearty welcome, Mr. Arzruni. We're going to play the second Hungarian Rhapsody, I've already explained. How's your uncle, by the way? Is he much better? Yeah. Last I heard about him was not so long ago, actually. It was, no, Mr. Arzruni's uncle lives in Istanbul. He is a road engineer on the road and was run over by one of his own steamrollers. It was very bad. He has been in a hospital now 8 months. Imagine that, in rooms 22 to 29. I was shocked when I heard it myself. What do you want? Oh, I see. Wait, wait. May I sit a little closer to you? I like you. What happened there? Oh, I got it over too far. It's difficult. You almost joined your uncle there. People are crawling all over the place. Yes. Where have I seen you? Oh, yes. Wait a minute. Half of this is mine. And okay. Good this way. This is awkward. Like to get the middle pedal there. Leave me alone. Well, thank you, Shahan. Everything comes to an end. And amazingly enough, this is it. Now comes the most difficult part of my performance, so far as I am concerned. That is that of saying goodbye. Because one always dies a little when one says goodbye to something one has enjoyed so much. And I don't enjoy sitting here dying a little. So I wish to say something warm and gracious. Good gracious, it's warm in here. And I wish to thank everyone who has participated in this performance to thank the cast. I wish to thank the director and the crew, the staff, and I wish particularly to thank Harry. And the fine musicians from the London Philharmonic, without whom it would have been much easier. I wish to thank my parents for having made this possible. And I wish to thank my children for having made it necessary. I wish to thank you for having made it so pleasant. And I wish to remind you that the smile is the shortest distance between people. The more we smile, the less we fight. Because to my knowledge, no one ever fought smilingly. And won. So not goodbye then. Never goodbye. Just so long.